Hello, Cancer. This is Tarot Queen Jamila here to do your weekly love reading for the 12th through the 19th. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want a private reading, the link to my website is below. Everything on the website is still on sale for the summer, so make sure that you go check that out if you are in need of a reading, answers, spiritual advice, spiritual counseling, healing, cleansing, love, money, all that stuff. You can contact me about it, okay? All right, so disclaimer, this may or may not resonate for all cancers, for current and next week and in the past. These are just general readings, okay? But they've been known to be very accurate. All right, so I'm going to call to the spirits and spirit guides for the cancers. All right, what do you want cancers to know about now, the past, and next week about their love life? All right, show me what's going on current and past, and what can they expect next week in their love life. All right, for the 12th of August, 2017, ending on August the 19th. All right. So Cancers, you got the Ten of Swords. In the past, it looks like if you're single right now, you just recently had a betrayal maybe. Could be that you broke up with someone in the recent to distant past. Definitely some things going on in the past. At current, the Three of Pentacles comes up. So Three of Pentacles is representing energy. It's representing energy at work, and I will clarify that because some of your other cards coming up for next week, just like you got the Emperor, and then you got the Elemental of Swords. Okay, so this is an air sign individual. Right, so evidently the past came up in this reading for a reason, so I want spirits to give me some clarity and then advice. All right, start by giving me clarity. Thank you. Right, the Death card. Something ended. Maybe it was a new phase that ended and began. That's what both of these cards mean. So there was some, and definitely the Death card represents that the betrayal possibly came from intense energies from within the relationship. So now if you're single, you may have just recently ended something. Spirit, what do you want Cancers to know? What advice you want to offer on the Death card? Okay, the Ace of Wands. So I feel as though definitely Cancer, you were dealing with a fire sign. Could have been an air sign, but I feel as though the Ace of Wands represents sort of new beginnings. Maybe you ended something and you had a powerful new beginning where you had to use a lot of willpower, a lot of strength. Three of Pentacles does kind of represent some manipulation of energy, but the energies from the Three of Pentacles is actually really good. Let me ask Spirit to just give me some clarity on Three of Pentacles coming up current for the Cancers. You got the Moon card. So some of you may be kind of emotional. I feel as though this is where your psychic abilities are heightened. Maybe some kind of telepathy. The Moon card can represent emotions and fears. Or maybe, especially with this Pagan Tarot deck, okay, Cancers, you see what those three people are doing. It represents the triple goddess. So you may be a Cancer that could be dealing with emotional energy coming from women, emotional energy coming from fear. I'll ask Spirit what advice to offer to the Cancers on this Moon card. Now, I am a Cancer, disclaimer, and this does not resonate for me, the Moon card. But I have been feeling a little just in tune. Okay, let's put it like that. So, Page of Cups comes up, and she is sending a message. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So this is about your spiritual growth, Cancer. You cannot really grow spiritually within your relationship if you're scared of it. But at the same time, I do kind of feel some energy around you. I'm going to put a card on top of this, Spirit. Give me clarity on Three of Pentacles. I'm going to put a card on top of it. See what it's talking about. Okay. The High Priestess. So you're dealing with possibly another water sign. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in that order. Okay. Now the High Priestess also represents intuition, also represents psychic ability, attractability. So I just feel as though strongly that High Priestess is bringing spiritual gifts. It could also be a person that's sort of up and down, hot and cold. Okay, especially on top of this triple goddess. So this is really interesting. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles is representing, you know, long-term setbacks and then also just spiritual growth. I'm going to throw a final advice card at that Seven of Pentacles. If you're dealing with an earth sign, Cancer, okay, so I got to look at this at all angles. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you know, you want to make sure that you lay down the seeds, right? Okay, well, let me ask Spirit what advice to offer. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. So again, I feel as though the Nine of Pentacles is where, you know, you possibly need to maybe bring some flowers in your house. You know, maybe possibly set the tone of your house. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is really, really good. Also, Seven of Pentacles is when you've been sort of held back by manipulative energy, but the things that you want are going to come into fruition. So next week, going into next week, you really, really want to have that attitude of, I am going to be about my business. Okay, Cancers, you can't be a bubble of emotion. You just can't do it. And that's what the Emperor is telling you. Now, see, the Emperor does represent a fire sign. And see, I'm a Leo rising. So next week, you are going to have to stand on your square. The Emperor does represent needing to, you know, not be provoked. And I kind of feel as though this Elemental of Swords is going to be trying to provoke you next week. I'm going to ask Spirit, what other advice does the Emperor want to offer? Okay, see, Three of Wands. So you really, 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 really want to be careful. I'm sorry I can't answer right now, guys. I'll be answering in a few. I'm recording. People already calling for readings. I feel as though the Emperor is telling you, look, yeah, you've got some kind of triangle. Okay, I can see some kind of love triangle. However, the Emperor is saying to stay on your square, you know, and definitely not let anybody divide and conquer whatever situation it is next week. What advice do you want to give me on the Elemental of Swords as the outcome? Elemental of Swords can represent clear communication. So maybe there's a message coming through air. Could be electronic communication sometimes, right? The Knight of Cups. So I feel like the Knight of Cups, you know, she represents healing energy. She represents a spirit guide that is helping you because she's active energy. The Knight of Cups could represent your partner or your significant other. What advice do you want to offer on these two folks here? Okay. The Star. See, I told you she's coming to bring you healing. She's coming to bring you clarity, inspiration, happiness, and blessings in your relationship, okay? It's what I feel strongly. So I feel like your relationship is going to go good. I do feel like this Page of Swords, this can exist as gossip, possibly. I'm going to put a card on top. Could exist as communication. It could exist as maybe a negative subconscious thought. I'm going to ask for more clarity on this Page of Swords by seeing what's crowning. Okay, another Air sign was crowning. Spirit. What else? What else? Okay. Two of Wands. So, you know what? This is a very spiritual reading for a lot of Cancers in your love life. You know, these two people, they sort of represent energy, okay? It's very masculine energy, but I feel like they also exist as somewhat spirit guides, and I feel as though this is representing partnership, standing on your own 2 feet sometimes. Um, could also represent twin flame, but then also shadows, okay? Shadow entities, shadow spirits that are shadowing you, that are sort of pushing you towards where you want to be. They sort of manifest in your life, but they're there for a purpose. So this person right here so I kind of feel as though you're going to discover some kind of purpose, either in yourself or within your relationship. But the star card, especially if you're dealing with an air or a water sign, I feel like they're just, you know, maybe take that energy. You know, that's exactly what a star would do. They would take that energy and put it towards whatever they're applying it towards, but kind of convert the energy, sort of. And this is where you're getting in touch with the goddess within you, okay? So you can see she's gazing up. So, and then also the stars does represent happiness. So I kind of feel as though partnership, happiness. Yeah, it seems like possible problems at work with the Three of Wands. I'm going to throw an advice card. Spirits, what advice do you want to give to the Cancers on the Three of Wands? Going towards the end of the week, or either probably Wednesday. Okay, the World card. So it is what it is. You know, a lot of times the World card is a very wise card. It says that change what you can, but don't worry about things that you can't change, but change your reaction. Okay, so again, I feel as though even though there is some sort of unseen outside force trying to tear your relationship apart, or either just tear you apart if you're single, I feel as though the World card represents harmony, peace, and balance, okay? And also grounding. This is why they're grounded on a platform. Sorry, these cards are weathered. So, all right, that's going to do it for your reading, Cancer. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, thumbs up to support the channel. And if you want a private reading or other spiritual advice or services, the link to my website is below. Namaste.